Ladies and gentlemen, freaks and geeks, welcome inside my mind. It is your boy Uncle Daddy Luke, Lucas Invader, Lucas Hunter, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back here again with another video. And it seems like I finally have been able to catch something in the FGC that's going on that's relevant to what I actually make and that I would love to talk about because it would be a great discussion. Now, this won't be occurring very oftenly. I don't want to really get into one of those channels like Leia Omni or Ernesto Lopez Jr. They're great at what they do and how they do it, but I'll leave usually these kind of topics to them. But since it's actually about fighters and it's kind of a hot issue since the best player or top three, top two, however you want to see him, player in the world is Sonic Fox, brought up the discussion, and I thought it'd be great to have. And what he brought up on Twitter, I just so happened to be scrolling. I don't even follow the guy. I think somebody retweeted something that I saw, and I ended up getting into the actual nitty gritty about it. Is that he thinks GT Goku should be banned because he is literally the meta, and if you are playing seriously and as a competitor, there's actually no reason to not have him on the team because he fills out a spot better than one of the characters that you had to begin with. So, do I disagree with anything he said right there? No, obviously not. He is 100% the meta right now. I think you can still be somewhat competitive without having him on the team. I don't know if you can be the highest without playing him at a high level. But now GT Goku comes out and he's just running amok. This game itself has highs and lows. And the highs for characters like Cell, Android 16, Kid Buu, Adult Gohan, Bardock, and even though it's been toned down into Season 2, a lot of players are saying that GT Goku is playing Season 1 and everybody else is playing Season 2. Obviously, with his Spirit Bomb Oki, with his mix-up options, his snapback loops, he can, he bypasses the actual snapback loop because he doesn't have to spend a meter, and he's always guaranteed to get his 2 assists back when he snaps you in if he just used them. So, before I give you my true, honest standpoint of what I think they should do with the character, let me just throw out this disclaimer. I am not a pro. I am nowhere near the level of the guys that are having the actual discussion, but I just thought I should put in my 2 cents. And also, too, this is coming from a guy that thought Jiren was the best character in the game when he first came out. And through further investigation, he can open a lid no better than Patrick can in SpongeBob. I had just seen a set of a guy playing him when he first came out, and I was like, oh my goodness, the neutral. You can't get in on this guy. He has so many options for everything, so many OSs. But, in actual play, when you actually need to get a hit in, he literally can't do it. And his command grab is one of the worst. But regardless of that, like I said, I'm not a pro, but this is just my opinion. I just love the scene itself. I love the game. And I think I understand the actual basis of the game better now than I did back then when I thought Jiren was the best character in the game. So with that disclaimer out the window, this is my 2 cents on the situation. Short answer, obviously he will not get banned. If anything, they will probably tone him down in the middle of the season, even though they said they weren't going to do any patches right now. I've seen people online saying that they would go back and address characters if they thought they were too weak or too strong, but an actual full balance patch they will not do until the end of the season. But best case scenario, they will look at the conversation that's been going on that Sonic Fox started and end up addressing GT Goku's issues. And with his issues, I think the only thing that they should take away is that he shouldn't be able to follow up with the Spirit Bomb Oki or be able to go into more level ones. I mean, Piccolo somewhat does the same thing as that. Well, more characters, if you don't do the exact same level 1 back to back, it will not do the damage scaling like it will to a Tien or a Goku. But I don't think he should be able to do another level 3 into a level 3 or more level 1s into a level 3 to be able to get the kill and also get Oki. So that's the short answer to the discussion. But the discussion too also has more layers to it because after Evo, literally every pro player that takes this game seriously has picked up the character. Fenrich has dropped Bardock. He was a Bardock main since Bardock first came out. Other notable players picking up the character, Aqua, Kazunoko, Chris G, Abigail. One have stated that if you're not playing GT Goku, you're not playing this game seriously. And that's kind of what Sonic Fox alluded to that brought up his tweet why you think he should be banned. But now with something that Chris G brought up that I thought was a very humanistic standpoint and very true and honest, I remember I seen him reply to Hook Gang Out of Flux on Twitter, and he said that if broken is fun, it's allowed. So that's coming from a guy that played MVC2 and MVC3 and Marvel Infinite. And by God, we're going to get into that in just a second. But to me, too, also, that's just how Dragon Ball is flawed. Dragon Ball it by itself is flawed because you get a hit, you vanish, and you get a knockdown. And GT Goku is just the best at doing that because that's what every character's game plan is to do. There's literally no other game plan for any character to do in this game. So you're just kind of wash, rinsing, and repeating the steps of doing that, but just with the character that does it best in the game. But what Chris G and other players cannot complain about is that MVC3 and MVC2, by God, MVC2, is synonymous with having top-heavy characters and you having to play these characters if you want to play this game seriously. Like I said, I'm not truly part of the FGC community, but I remember watching Defend the North, and I watched MVC2's top eight, and I watched MVC3's top eight. And with both, in MVC2, it was 6 Storms in the top 8, and it was 7 Sentinels in the top 8. Now, when I thought about it, after Sonic Fox made this claim and me doing my research for the video, Sentinel can super into super. Sentinel has high damage output. Sentinel has some of the best neutral in the game. Sentinel has one of the best assists in the game. What's the difference between a GT Goku, how he is, even though the ease of use is a lot different from Sentinel? Obviously, the refly combos and things of that nature and everything else crazy he can do, and the links that you have to give the character. But what's the actual difference between him and a Storm, Sentinel and Storm, to a GT Goku, and how he's just that glue that fits in that middle of the team that you want to play and just has everything flow differently? There's literally no difference to me, and that's what another video I want to talk about later in the future, maybe hopefully at the end of the week. And also, too, with MVC3, what was the meta forever? Zero may cry, Doom, Virgil, and pick whoever else you want to play. It's literally been like that in team games forever, especially in the Capcom realm. I really don't know any other fighting game, team fighting game like that. I know a Skullgirls has a lot of fucked up shit, especially since you can pick your own assist from the moveset of the characters. But regardless, it will always be stuff that is top heavy in a team fighting game and stuff that just clicks. Goichi himself, when a new character comes out or even weaker characters, he'll just put Bardock and SSJ Goku as the shell and insert the top character here. There's no difference between that and a Doom and Virgil and what they were doing for MVC3. But now with GT Goku, you can do GT Goku, Goku shell, GT Goku, Bardock shell, and just insert whatever other character you want to play. So to me, it's never bad for the health of the game. Broken is never bad for the health of the game. But like I said, maybe because his ease of use is just so lower than the other characters from other team fighting games, and also that he just bypasses the actual rules of fighters itself with his assist to have you locked down, especially the team that Sonic Fox is playing. He's put out a 3-part story. Bypass the neutral with GT Goku assist, put them in a true block stun, 50-50 setup with Kid Buu, and then get your hit. It's literally as easy as that with the team that he plays, which I think is either the second best team in the game or the best team in the game. And also, too, like I put in a past video, something that cures or remedies a lot of this is if you give characters more assists in the game. Obviously, you just don't want it. They just don't want it to seem like they're literally ripping off the Marvel vs. Capcom series. They're trying to make their own game, one assist. But no, if Krillin had Solar Flare, do you know how much different this would make this game? Honestly. Because it anti-airs in the air, and it literally has them in block stun forever. It'd be like another GT Goku assist. Maybe not as good, but it'll definitely be top 5 in my opinion. So with that, ArcSys has to look over the character balancing themselves and what they want to do for the game. I don't know if they'll do it for the new season, putting in new assists, but definitely for Fighters 2 or Super Dragon Ball Fighters, whatever they're going to call it, that is a must-have moving forward if they want this and pros to take this game seriously. Now, also, 2 more about ArcSys. I just want to say that they do have a track record with always making the rich richer. With Dragon Ball, it was Cell. Cell didn't get nerfed until Evo. After Evo happened, Bardock didn't get nerfed till forever. And now GT Goku we have. This game has highs and lows for characters. Where Android 16 was the best character in the game, Kid Buu was probably always the best character in the game. We just never knew it until after, I think, the World Tour Finals. Gotenks had his run, even though I think Kazunoko was the only player using him to his highest capacity. This game has highs and lows with characters, and especially that happens with you doing balance patches all the times. And with Arxis, I understand the one balance patch a year, so this game, we can figure out how this game is supposed to be played, and they'll fix it afterwards if it needs to be addressed. But short answer, like I said earlier, is that they probably will end up toning him down before the World Tour Finals. And also, too, with their track record, Omito Johnny in Guilty Gear XR Rev 2. Like I said, Omito Johnny, because even though Johnny was obviously the best character in the game, used by the best player in the world, he's so high execution heavy that not everyone can pick him up and just be the best, be able to compete with people at a high level. Like I said, with GT Goku, it's ease of use. We also have Cliff Anderson in the XX Accent Core series, and also now 9 and Izanami. Like I said, that ease of use is higher, is very difficult for players to be able to pick up. So I would understand why characters like that should be the best character in the game. Or also a Coco Noe back in CP Part 1 before Extend. But even in Extend, she was crazy. But a character that they nerfed, not to hell, but toned down, that was the best character in the game in Guilty Gear recently was Raven. And his ease of use was that every top player could play him because he wasn't that complicated. He would get knocked down into Oki, knocked down into Oki, knocked down into Oki. What does that sound like right now in Dragon Ball? But they toned down his tools, and even though they did start buffing Johnny, even though the best player, and he was already the best character in the game, I think that's more suited than having a character that's easier to use being the best character in the game. But like I said, Dragon Ball by itself, the concept of the game is supposed to be an easier fighting game. So like I've already said with my short answer, what I think they will do, long answer is that if you truly have such a huge problem as a pro or watching the game, don't watch it if you think GT Goku, you're getting tired of GT Goku. If you want to put the sleeping emoji next to GT Goku's name in the chat room, or if you're a pro and you honestly can't stand playing this character for the meta to be able to be competitive, then don't play it. Find something else to get into. Or like I just said, from the spectator side, find something else to get into and just out of the chat room and play the game yourself and see what works for you. But that's all for GT Goku. With the hero situation, all I have to say is that, yes, I get RNG. Yes, I get that he's not like any other character that's been in Smash prior to. But should he be banned? That's just simply no. If you want to be considered a true fighting game and get, the accolades and be in discussions, honestly, I think actually the Smash community is more together than the whole FGC is. But with the FGC and Guilty Gear, like I said, that I'm just in the anime realm of aspects, a character that has RNG aspects is probably top 3 in the game, and nobody complains about it. You just have to usually figure out what he does best and just figure out the matchup. I think Fire Emblem characters dick down hero, so look at that as a counterplay. I mean, wasn't that the biggest thing of Smash 4 is counterplay or counter picking? So why can't you do that in the same with Ultimate? Hero is, I would say, maybe top 20, but just because he can get something to swing his way doesn't mean that he should be banned. A thwack or a kamikaze doesn't happen often. The RNG aspects of getting that is very low. They've already ran the numbers for it, players. So there should be no discussion there, actually. It's been your boy, Uncle Daddy Luke, Lucas Hunter, Lucas Invader, whatever you want to call me. I tuned in, now I'm tuning out.